on my way to the 2021 China General Chamber of Commerce Year of the Ox Lunar New Year's Gala. This year, we are recognizing the incredible work of so many people faced with enormous challenges, but remain focused on maintaining and building business relations between the United States and China. It's hard to describe in a short evening what we've all been through this year, but it has certainly been an unprecedented year in so many different ways. However, I believe we are all looking forward to new beginnings, which is the theme of tonight's gala, and finding a new path forward that will bring better health, stability, and prosperity to all of us across the world. Welcome to the China General Chamber of Commerce 2021 New Beginnings Year of the Ox New Year's Gala. 欢迎大家收看美国中国总商会农历牛年特别节目。我是瑞思文。My name is Peter Reisman, co-chair of the CGCC Government and Public Relations Committee. As an independent, non-partisan, non-governmental chamber of commerce, CGCC's mission is to enhance cooperation between the United States and Chinese business communities. It's also grown to become the largest and most impactful non-profit organization representing Chinese enterprises in the United States. Its membership is made up of hundreds of Chinese and U.S. corporations, 49 of which are ranked in the Fortune Global 500. Now, a brief video of CGCC members and friends wishing everyone a happy Lunar New Year. 请看来自美国各地的新年祝福。
I'm Max Baucus. Welcome, CGCC, from wintry, snowy, wonderful Montana. I'm so pleased to be part of your conference. This is really important, especially because we're getting a new year. New beginnings are always important, and especially because it's the Year of the Ox. And the ox, as we know, symbolizes strength, endurance, perseverance, and my gosh, we sure could use a bit of that this year, and it's our obligation, because China and the U.S. are the two most important countries in the world. Much of the world is going to depend upon how well we engage and we develop this relationship. I know we're going to do well, and I wish you all very well at the conference. Wish the gala. This is a great opportunity for you. 新年快乐.
你好, this is former Ambassador Terry Branstad. I'm speaking today from the Iowa State Capitol in Des Moines, Iowa, where I served as governor for over 22 years and still remain the longest-serving governor in our country's history. I felt it was fitting to offer my greetings to you from this location. It is where I first met Xi Jinping in 1985 and later hosted him for an old friends reunion and state dinner in 2012. Chris and I will always look back with great fondness on the important time we spent in China, and I'm pleased to offer the Chinese General Chamber of Commerce warm greetings for a happy Lunar New Year in this, the Year of the Ox. As a farm kid from Iowa, I was interested to learn that the lunar symbol of the oxen is derived from the animal's traditional use as a tool related to agriculture. It's symbolic of diligence and persistence. Both of these qualities will be important to our two countries as we work to implement the Phase 1 trade agreement and strengthen our relationship. 谢谢.
We have had a wonderful partnership with the China General Chamber of Commerce over the years, and I wish to add my voice to those congratulating the honorees who are being recognized for their incredibly important work in this space. I also want to wish all of you a very happy Lunar New Year, and I'm sure all of us are ready for 2021 to be nothing like 2020. Lastly, let me congratulate the China General Chamber of Commerce on the incredibly impactful work and the wonderful projects that you're doing to bring our two countries together. Your work is so important, and FMC is thrilled to be a partner along the way.
2020 has been one of the most challenging years. As I look back these challenges, I'm grateful to see this year is filled with incredible strength and resilience. Our ability to adapt and grow. The courage and the sacrifice executed across the world, which not only take us forward, make us stronger, but receive a better future together. May the Year of the Ox bring you good luck and good health. wish you and your family Happy Chinese New Year.
As 2020 comes to an end, I want to wish you all the best in 2021. May the new year bless you with health, wealth, and happiness.
On behalf of USEC, we send our warmest greetings to the U.S.-China business community. May the Lunar New Year spark new opportunities and new beginnings.
While U.S. Soy has invested in China for almost 40 years, they continue to innovate, invest, and deliver promising new technologies, processes, and tools to the advantages of soy importers, processors, and end users.
U.S. Soy greatly values China as a customer and a trade partner. Rooted in trust and strengthened over time, this partnership transcends oceans and mountains.
As families, friends, and loved ones gather to welcome the Year of the Ox, we share our best wishes for good health, prosperity, and happiness. 恭喜发财。
牛年大吉，万事如意，新年快乐 ，Happy New Year!
That was certainly a remarkable video to watch. And now is a perfect time to recognize several of this year's key sponsors and express our sincere appreciation. EY, Bank of China, China Telecom Americas, Hodo Group, Citi, Chubb, State Grid, JP Morgan, Agricultural Bank of China, China Mobile, SL Green, Gemdale, Marsh & McLennan, KKR, General Atlantic, Hikvision, China Investment Corporation, China Merchants Bank, CBRE, China International Capital Corporation, China Unicom, Star, and so many others that have supported the organization's efforts and made this evening possible. 非常感谢大家的支持. Leading the CGCC into its 16th year is Chairman Xu Chen. He is also the President and Chief Executive Officer of Bank of China USA. Chinese investment and trade has been the backbone of our two countries' relationship for over 4 decades. His leadership and contributions to CGCC's growth in the past 5 years and his personal dedication to building bridges between the U.S. and China have been extraordinarily significant. I welcome now Chairman Xu to share his opening remarks.
Dear CGCC members, honored guests, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. 大家晚上好. This year we are grateful and honored to be connected online for a special gala, celebrating the Lunar New Year of the Ox, strengthening our partnerships and making a toast to all the exciting new beginnings of 2021. Although I can't meet you in person and have to extend my best wishes virtually, I believe that the absence makes the heart grow fonder more than ever before. The past year was an eventful year. Ever since the shelter-in-place order in New York due to the pandemic, our mission-driven team has continued the momentum of ramping up our events and programs. CGCC and the CGCC Foundation, together with its regional chapters and member companies, have donated over 3 million pieces of PPEs with a total value of roughly $3.5 million to more than 50 hospitals and clinics and more than 20 government agencies in 21 states across the U.S. In addition, just last December, we donated over 400 toys to the New York State Governor's 2020 holiday toy called the School Supply Drive, bring happiness, the spreading holiday cheer to children across New York State during especially difficult holiday season. However, I must say that our work simply couldn't have been accomplished without the help. We truly appreciate exceptional trust and unwavering support from our members and partners, especially during these challenging times. A popular line in Chinese expresses this unity best: 山川印玉，风月同天. Those separated by mountains and rivers will share one moon and the same sky. We believe the collaboration holds the ultimate power in confronting common difficulties while creating a sustainable and stable future. The theme of today's event is the new beginnings. CGCC will keep striving to promote and facilitate economic collaboration between the two largest economies in the world, improving the investment environment, creating more jobs for American people, and contributing more to the local communities, especially in the face of our common challenges from the pandemic, climate change, and poverty. The ox is a symbol of honesty, reliability, and intelligence in Asian culture. This year, global investors anticipate a bull market. I do hope that 2021 indeed will be a bullish year to investors, producers, and consumers. Please allow me to close by extending my sincere congratulations to the awardees and wishing all of you and your families, your colleagues, and your business a happy and healthy new year. 新年快乐! Thank you all. Each year, the Goodwill Ambassador for China-US Exchange Award recognizes a respected and distinguished leader for his or her remarkable and impactful contributions to a constructive and cooperative bilateral relationship. This year, it is our great honor to present the award to Mr. Evan G. Grunberg, Chairman and Chief Executive Officer of Chubb. Chubb was the first U.S. insurance company to conduct business in China, dating back to 1897. As an industry leader with over 40 years of experience, Mr. Grunberg has long promoted active U.S.-China exchange at all levels, advocating for productive business collaboration between the two nations. In addition to leading Chubb's operations around the globe, Mr. Grunberg currently serves as Vice Chair of the National Committee on U.S.-China Relations and the Director of the U.S.-China Business Council. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Grunberg.
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'm sincerely honored to be with you, albeit virtually. Thank you for honoring me with your Goodwill Ambassador for China-US Exchange Award. Thank you, Ju Chen, for those kind words and introduction. I have been visiting China for almost 30 years, learning the country, building business, and U.S.-China relations. I have a great appreciation and affection for Chinese culture and the Chinese people. I love America, my country, and I am personally committed to stable and mutually beneficial U.S.-China relations. We are in an important and evolving period in the relationship between the U.S. and China, which is the most important bilateral relationship in the world. The relationship is both troubled and lacks stability. And so one of the most important priorities, not just in the interest of our countries, but for the entire world, is that we restore active, thoughtful, and strategic diplomatic engagement between our two nations based upon reality, realpolitik, and not wishful thinking. We should both want to find a way to cooperate while we compete and, where necessary, defend our respective interests in a manner that maximizes the opportunity to avoid conflict while serving our respective interests. With the Biden administration, we have an opportunity to exchange views, understand how we each see the world, establish an agenda of priorities, and begin to address issues. In my judgment, each nation should appoint representatives who are knowledgeable in diplomacy and each other's respective countries and have the trust of our presidents. Our first objective is to understand more clearly how we each view the world today, our country's place in that world, our priorities and our objectives, and our respective concerns. Understand where our mutual interests lie and where they diverge, and understand how our respective behaviors and priorities create concern or threaten the other. We have deep political and cultural differences that cannot be easily reconciled. We have respective objectives that threaten or trouble the other. We also have much in common, including mutual dependencies that are deep. So fundamental. What kind of relationship do we want to have? And what kind of relationship are we capable of? We should want to frame an agenda for cooperation in areas of mutual interest, starting with simple ones for confidence building. We should also begin to solve problems that can be solved between ourselves and achieve better understanding while we defer those areas of profound differences that cannot be addressed now. Despite increasing trade, ideological and security-related friction around technology and the rules of engagement, with calls for economic disengagement in both countries, many American companies remain committed to the China market for the long term. According to a U.S.-China Business Council survey, 83% of U.S. companies counted China as among the top 5 priorities for their global strategy. We recognize that members of the China General Chamber of Commerce are similarly committed to the U.S. market. The business and investing community in both countries has a role to play in encouraging our governments. Reciprocal rules-based trade and investment managed right should create jobs and opportunities in both countries. It binds our respective fates more tightly. The Phase 1 agreement provided a degree of positive news and confidence in the China investment environment by opening the market wider for financial services, investment and protection of intellectual property. It serves the interest of each country and is a rare demonstration of cooperation through negotiation. Future bilateral negotiations should similarly be definitive and results-driven. In the area of scientific innovation and technology, we have growing tension. Predatory and lawless behaviors, and on the other hand, protectionist behavior to gain or maintain advantage in areas deemed important to national or economic security or to maintain superiority are hallmarks that define us today. The definition of national security and national interest is an interesting and difficult question. It varies depending on the intentions, values, and behavior of the other, commonality around rules of engagement and adherence. Leadership in the global economy in the 21st century will be determined in part by technological capability. Notions of total decoupling and mismanaged competition will prove to be quite destabilizing. We need clear thinking, expectations, understandings, and rules of the road, which should be defined thoughtfully. In opportunities around trade and investment, reciprocity is an important notion. If one country uses a more restrictive definition, the other can't be expected to simply remain open. Trade and investment protections, protected by rule of law, with strong institutions to impartially administer them, and clear, predictable regulation remain fundamental. Chinese and American companies want certainty and clarity in terms of the ability to do business in each other's countries. Our countries were close at one time to finishing a bilateral investment treaty. Are we capable of returning to unfinished business? Do we each view it of value? At the end of the day, the more we invest in each other, the more we invest in each other's future well-being and the prosperity of our people. Lastly, our relationship goes far beyond trade and investment, and our two countries have important issues of mutual concern: global health, climate change, global economic recovery, terrorism, and nuclear proliferation, to name a few. Without leadership and cooperation between us, global solutions are not possible. At the most basic level, we both want the same thing: peace and prosperity for our people. How we find a path of accommodation in each of our own interests, recognizing the differences between our systems and cultures, is a question, not simply for our two countries, but the world. It begins with our two leaders, who together need to meet in due course and agree upon an agenda for cooperation, resolution, and conflict avoidance. Thank you again for this honor, and best wishes to all of you for the Lunar New Year of the Ox.
Thank you, Mr. Greenberg. As companies and foundations around the globe responded to the COVID-19 pandemic, members of CGCC donated much-needed medical supplies to help ease shortages and support the fight against the virus in both the United States and in China. Together with its member companies, CGCC has donated nearly 4 million pieces of personal protective equipment to more than 50 hospitals, clinics, and government agencies all across the United States, including here in New York City and New York State. Now, let us watch this brief video about tonight's awardees' outstanding contributions to local communities across the United States and throughout China.
This is most challenging time.
Since early 2020, COVID-19 has brought unprecedented challenges to all humankind.
So if there's anything positive about this pandemic, it's about connecting people and bringing us all together.
BYD responded by becoming the world's largest PPE manufacturers and making sure it's a high quality and reliable PPE, including NIOSH-approved N95 masks and a highly effective hand sanitizer, got to where they were needed most. BYD donated more than $1 million of PPE to communities.
Over the course of the year, we ended up delivering over 5,400 tons of medical equipment while dispatching over 50 medical teams to countries around the globe. Over here in the United States, we worked with our local partners to ensure no workforce reductions in America, while fighting to keep local businesses alive.
SF International integrated its global supply chain resources, quickly deploying and resuming multiple international all-cargo flight routes. Just in March, our team had already carried 108 tons of medical and epidemic prevention equipment to more than 39 countries and regions.
When the virus situation hit China the hardest, our dealer network at Sany America went out of their way to source medical supplies across the nation to help those medical professionals in China. A little bit later, when things got worse in the US, we immediately reached out to our parent company and asked for 100,000 medical masks to send over to the US. So when they were in need of those PPE, we were able to say, don't worry, it's on the way, it's our time to return the favor.
Over years, through sponsoring community schools, participating in local events, and volunteers activities, we have been standing with the local community even closer.
By fall and winter, we knew poverty, homelessness, hunger were going to be huge issues because so many people lost their livelihoods. So we mobilized our team again to help food banks and family services.
All SBC 15 branches and offices have been continually offering financial services and donated over $1 million healthcare equipment to local communities.
自从疫情发生以后，我们始终关心着疫情的发展的动向。当发现这个抗疫物资短缺的情况呢，我们就积极的张罗购买。
Being part of the community means committed to building, investing, and developing here. CCA companies are committed to social well-being and giving back to the community during the COVID-19 pandemic with donations and volunteer efforts to lend a much-needed hand across its operation areas.
SGCC donated face masks to help alleviate the shortage of necessary personal protective equipment for power industry workers, first responders, and other essential personnel through Edison Electric Institute.
We teamed up with 12 states, teamed up with 60 hospitals. When those PPE got into people's hands, we believe that every one of us can contribute from our own angle. We believe that by working together, we can be united and be much stronger voice and a force.
2020 may have been a year unlike any we have seen before, but I believe we are all coming out stronger.
It is our duty to shoulder responsibility and accountability in battling the pandemic.
Thank you very much for CGCC giving us the Outstanding Community Contribution Award.
We will certainly carry on the spirit of giving back and continue the service and the contribution to our community.
Congratulations to all of this year's awardees for such remarkable work and generosity during these times. CGCC's success could only be made possible by the unwavering support of its members in serving the needs of so many. It was also accomplished by the exceptional support and inspiration from our leadership. Stephen Tan, Vice Chairman of CGCC, places considerable value on the Chamber's philanthropic efforts. His pioneering public initiatives and his personal devotion to responsible business amplifies CGCC's decades-long commitment to community service and corporate social responsibility. Please welcome Chairman Tan to share his remarks.
Dear distinguished guests, colleagues, friends, and families of CGCC, good evening and Happy New Year. I'm not going to belabor the difficulty we faced in 2020. It has been documented, well, pretty much everywhere. Instead, I want to devote the next few minutes to bring your attention to one silver lining that shined brightly through the dark cloud of 2020, the CGCC Foundation. For those of you who are unfamiliar with CGCC's structure and function, apart from being a platform for business cooperation, we also have a strong philanthropic wing, that is CGCC Foundation. Since its inception in year 2014, CGCC Foundation has played a vital role in connecting CGCC members with local communities, organizing corporate social responsibility efforts that aid communities fighting natural disaster, health emergencies, poverty, homelessness, environmental degradations, education inequality, gender inequality, and racial inequality. In addition, the Foundation is also the driving force behind all the research and cultural exchange programs that you all have come to love and enjoy. At the early onset of COVID-19 outbreak, CGCC Foundation reacted decisively. We launched U.S. medical supply donation and information sharing effort on March 12, 2020, activating the Chinese business community's unique resource and expertise. This effort provided vital support for American healthcare workers and emergency responders at a time when global supply and shipping options were very limited. Beyond PPEs, we also launched programs that help the public to overcome the challenges of social distancing and lockdowns. For example, the REAL Initiative, a program designed to help college students with remote learning and living necessities, have sent more than $30,000 worth of laptops and phones to students in need. For the past 4 years, CGCC Foundation participated in the New York State Governor's holiday toy, coat, and school supply drive, and the DC Mayor's Office for Asian and Pacific Islander Affairs holiday toy drive, bring happiness and spreading cheers to the children during the holiday season. Even though 2020 was a tumultuous and devastating year for our community, CGCC Foundation has been proven to be an irreplaceable force for good. This is the reason why CGCC members continue to support the foundation year after year. As we say goodbye to 2020 and welcome the new year, CGCC and the CGCC Foundation will continue our journey, fostering a healthy relationship between the two largest economies on Earth. We're glad to see business leaders from both countries showing passionate support for China-US business relations. We're also excited for all the new beginnings the new year will bring to each other's markets.
Hi, this is Steve Schwarzman, Chairman, CEO, and co-founder of Blackstone, one of the largest investment firms in the world, as well as being the founding trustee of Schwarzman Scholars at Tsinghua University in Beijing. I want to offer my congratulations to this year's honorees. When I received this distinguished honor in 2018, it was a special evening for me and a privilege to be in the room with so many friends. As we approach the new year, the year of the ox, we should think about the ox's strength and resolve. The spread of COVID-19 created unprecedented challenges in 2020. But I'm optimistic that the distribution of vaccines will end the pandemic and put the world on a path to economic recovery. This is the new beginning that everyone in the business community and beyond has been looking forward to since the onset of the pandemic. China and the United States, the world's two largest economies, will play a particularly significant role in the recovery that follows, and it is my hope that our countries can find a way to cooperate and engage productively in the year ahead. Wishing you a happy Lunar New Year and all the best in 2021.
Dear Chairman Xu, fellow members of CGCC, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor to join the CGCC celebration to welcome the Year of Ox. Ox is a symbol of hard work, perseverance, and resilience, the perfect combination that will empower us to emerge stronger for the beginning of a new era. I would like to thank CGCC for the visionary leadership and the great work it has done bridging and promoting the collaboration between the business communities and, more importantly, people on both sides of the Pacific Ocean. As one of the first American multinational companies to have returned to the Chinese mainland, we feel privileged to have been a witness, a contributor, and a beneficiary of the healthy relationship between our two great nations. We would like to salute CGCC and our fellow members of the constructive role we jointly play in nurturing and sustaining the relationship. To that end, we feel privileged and humbled that CGCC awarded our Chairman and CEO, James Quincy, the Award of Goodwill Ambassador of Sino-US Exchange for the year 2020. We look forward to contributing even more in the future. Wish everybody a happy and prosperous Year of the Ox. Thank you.
Hello, I am Mark Allen, Chief Strategy Officer for the Boeing Company, and it's my great honor to join you for this virtual celebration. Happy New Year! Each new year is a new beginning, and after facing into unprecedented global challenges and seeing incredible global resilience, I welcome this opportunity to reset our expectations, restore our focus, and revitalize our optimism for the future. 2021 is the Year of the Ox, and being of the Year of the Ox myself, I've reflected a bit on the metaphors and the lessons that we find in this zodiac sign. Oxen are known for being strong, methodical, reliable, and oxen shows us the value of working in teams and harnessing innate power to get a job done. Those are valuable qualities in any industry, aerospace included, and they are traits that seem particularly relevant for the year ahead. As the world finds its footing post-pandemic, we expect air travel to pick up again. We anticipate new types of growth in aviation, and along with that, the need for innovation and fresh ideas. It is indeed a new beginning, forged from the enduring strength of an industry that connects the world. Here at Boeing, strong partnerships are the foundation to our success. As we celebrate this holiday, we reflect on all that we are grateful for. We truly appreciate the work of the China General Chamber of Commerce and the U.S.-China business community for your continued support. And we are thankful to be on this journey with you. We look forward to working closely with you in the new year and strengthening our relationships along the way. On behalf of Boeing employees around the world, I wish you and your families all the best for a joyful celebration and a healthy, prosperous new year.
2020 has undoubtedly been a very difficult year for many people around the world. COVID-19 has had such a profound impact on the global economy, which has created so much uncertainty for many of us. However, what is clear is just how important it is for everyone to come together to address the many issues that have presented themselves as we look to drive a broad and deep economic recovery. JP Morgan is very proud to help and serve our clients in China and the rest of the world to find creative solutions that will address the challenges facing corporates and wider society. Now, echoing the theme today, celebrating new beginnings, I am very pleased to share that 2021 is in fact a very exciting year for JP Morgan as well, as we celebrate our 100 years in China this year and the beginning of another 100 years in this very critical market. Since our firm opened the first branch in China in 1921, the country and the business environment have transformed massively. China has evolved to become the second largest economy in the world, with also the second largest bond market and the world's second largest stock market. As a leading global financial institution, JP Morgan is very encouraged by China's commitment and concrete actions to further strengthen its financial markets. It is very exciting, and we will continue to invest across our businesses as regulations allow, to ensure that we consistently deliver for our clients in China and across the region, leveraging our global networks to connect more clients, investors to this country. I would like to conclude by thanking CGCC for their great partnership with us over the years and for bringing the governments and businesses together on this very special occasion. Happy Lunar New Year! 新春快乐! 恭喜发财!
We want to thank all CGCC member companies, both Chinese and American, that have been promoting economic cooperation and opportunities between the two countries in 2020. We are grateful for your continuous support, and we are more than honored to work together with you on this critical journey as we welcome 2021 and the Year of the Ox. And now to our final awardee of the night. This year's International Leadership Award goes to Haijiang Zhou, Chairman and Chief Executive of Hodo Group. Since the outbreak of the pandemic, this China-based textile and clothing manufacturer refitted some of its assembly lines to produce much-needed PPE to fight the virus, with an output of more than 300,000 face masks per day. Congratulations and welcome, Mr. Zhou.
恭祝美国中国总商会广大会员、中美商贸社区成员及两国友好人士农历牛年新春快乐！2021年气象一新。我非常荣幸被美国中国总商会授予2021国际领导力奖。鸿德集团成立至今已经走过了64个年头。 企业半个多世纪的健康发展一方面得益于鸿德始终坚持以自主创新为发展核心，紧紧抓住了人才、平台、投入这个创新能力的3要素，同时呢，提升企业的创造力。近年来，集团加速了智慧鸿德的建设， 推进了工业互联网平台建设。在工业化和信息化深度融合的基础上，我们促进了先进制造业和现代服务业的深度融合。同时，我们红豆也加快了产品自主开发的步伐，积极开拓产品品类，提高市场竞争力。另一方面，红豆的发展我们还得以国际接轨的战略规划。目前，我们红豆集团已经在美国、西班牙、新加坡、泰国、柬埔寨等国家和地区设立了公司、工厂和办事处，积极参与国际合作，以发展来提升行业标准。发展的同时，红豆集团始终坚持积极履行企业的社会责任。一直以来，红豆都践行八方共赢的理念。我们红豆也相继成立了红豆慈善基金、无锡药亭慈善基金等等，各类公益活动捐资总额也已经超过了5.5亿元。当前面临着日趋激烈的全球竞争，我认为中国的民营企业必须加快进化，培养和打造一批具有全球竞争力的世界一流企业。这些企业应该具备竞争力强、市场价值大、国际化水平高、社会影响力广等特征。作为中国民营企业的一员我们红豆集团也将为此不惜努力。红豆集团在美的发展，特别是得到了美国中国总商会的大力帮助。总商会在中美两国之间的商贸交流领域发挥着优秀的桥梁作用，帮助我们中国企业走出去，更好地参与国际商务合作与交流，同时也增进了美国商界与中国企业的沟通和互动，促进了中美这两大经济体之间的理解、信任与合作。我们对此表示诚挚的感谢。2020年是全球遭遇重大挑战的一年，也是适应新形势、创造新机遇的一年。2021年，我们坚信中美友谊合作必将开启新的时代，迎接新气象。最后，再次祝大家新年快乐！
Thank you, Mr. Zhou, for your contributions to society and kind and insightful remarks. We are now coming to the end of tonight's gala, but before we go, we have a special treat for our audience. Longtime friend and supporter of CGCC, Ms. Kate Barton, Global Vice Chair of EY, and Ms. Xiao Zhang, partner and EY America's leader of China Overseas Investment, will briefly speak about what makes the Year of the Ox one of the most special Lunar New Years in Asian culture.
Good evening, CGCC member and friends. I hope that you are having a lovely evening and enjoy the program with your families and friends. 2020 was a rough year for most of the people, but through the dark clouds, we can see the lights of generosity, kindness, hope shining through. 2021 is bringing a new beginnings.
On behalf of EY and EY America's China Overseas Investment Network, I would like to thank the CGCC and all its member companies for standing with each other and giving back to the community during these challenging times. As the Chinese Lunar New Year of the Ox approaches, CGCC has prepared a gift box for all of its cherished members and friends. Let's take a look to see what's inside. To celebrate new beginnings, the CGCC has prepared gifts that really symbolize the new year. This calendar from the Forbidden City is a great way to open up a new chapter in life and really learn more about the Chinese culture. As the largest palace in the world, the Forbidden City is one of the best representations of Chinese traditions and really their heritage.
的服从 means a basket full of happiness. Inside the spring couplets, 对联, are the traditional Chinese New Year's decoration that expresses happiness and hopeful thoughts for coming year. The red envelopes, 红包, anchor the years and bring wealth and good fortune, with lucky money contents. The Chinese paper cut, 剪纸, usually traditional symbols with palms for blessing, celebrates the spring and the joy of a new beginnings.
We certainly hope these gifts, with our warmest wishes and best of luck, bring you much happiness, health, and prosperity in the new year.
新春快乐!
Happy New Year!
新年快乐!
Thank you, Kate and Xiao. And on behalf of CGCC, a special thank you to all of tonight's speakers and congratulations again to all of the honorees. We look forward to working with you in the coming year as we expand our programs and services to all our members. Our ultimate goal is to support your businesses as you cross oceans and build bridges to bring a brighter and more stable future together. Thank you for joining this year's CGCC New Beginnings Lunar New Year of the Ox Gala. We look forward to seeing all of you soon and what the new beginnings in 2021 has in store for all of us. Happy New Year, thank you, and good night. 感谢收看，祝大家新年快乐，身体健康，家庭幸福，牛年吉祥。